Alrighty then. Let's go play with the last character one more time in Mangui. Have to say, I did not expect to be spending this much time in this game, but a lot of it's just basically sort of like, you know, you're doing it just because you want to get the unlocks more than anything else. But here comes the Dark Diviner, the Domushi. Domushi. His name spreads fear throughout Manchuria, whispered in awe and dread. A master of forbidden arts of dark divination, his ancient black magics, woven in curse and harm, have earned him a sinister renown. Though the local authorities have sought to capture him countless times, he eludes them, vanishing like smoke upon the breeze. Now whispers tell of an eerie presence upon Mount Mangui, a place soon to tremble under his shadow. Properties: adept at Venomcraft's healing and reverent summoning. So you got Summoner. Dark divination, an ancient sorcery both feared and forbidden, has long been shrouded in infamy for its ruthless methods of casting curses and wreaking harm. Its practitioners weave their spells with insects and objects, yet the most sinister rituals demand human lives. The arts are divided into many dreadful forms, and the main being Venomcraft, Hauntedcraft, and Necrocraft. Venomcraft involves confining creatures within a single vessel, driving them to devour one another until the most venomous remains, its lethal essence extracted for dark deeds. Hauntedcraft, the most abhorrent, transforms a child into a malevolent spirit by imprisoning them within a bamboo chamber. Such unholy acts were condemned under the Great Ming Code. Venomcraft practitioners faced beheading. Necrocraft brought death by dismemberment, and Hauntedcraft offenders were sentenced to exile or execution. I think the last ones are supposed to be like Necrocraft offenders were sentenced to exile and execution, but who knows. Among the shadowed sorcerers of Manchuria, one name rose above the rest: Domushi. Though young, his mastery of these forbidden arts rivaled the most seasoned of practitioners. His reputation grew from an eerie pattern. His presence heralded grave illness or sudden disappearances, and he would offer his dark remedies to desperate victims. Yet the chilling truth emerged. Domushi himself was the architect of these calamities. We misfortune to profit from the despair he sowed. Despite countless efforts by magistrates to seize him, Domushi proves as elusive as mist. He appears and vanishes at will, evading every attempt at capture. Thus, his name has become legend. A specter of dark arts haunting the minds of all who know of his tales. Alright, so there's the last guy to play. Let's get through it. In the Lady Macree's dance. I assume this would be very similar to like The Thief, where it's like a little story. Is this like, you know, sort of like, you know, an after summary review, I guess we'll say. As the sun descends behind a mountain ridge and disappears, the pine forest gradually turns to pitch black, as if lacquered in darkness. A slender man donning wide-rimmed spectacles steps into the forest. He leans on a staff as tall as himself, clutching a thick tome in his left hand. Though his life has been one of endless wandering, his attire and bearing betray no signs of hardship. Oh, here we go. We got a story guess. What a remarkable mountain this is, Domushi says. If I remember correctly, it is within the ancient text, Gimum, by Tang Dynasty's Wushu, that is stated, the energy of humans differs from that of spirits, and thus the place where such energies dwell must also differ in nature. Looking upon Mount Mangui, I see the truth in these words. Cough, cough. No sooner do the words leave his mouth than a violent cough erupts. Blood stains the traveler's pale lips. Much work lies ahead. I must make haste. So I believe the whole deal of this guy is that he's basically trying to basically preserve his life. And he's going to try and do it by, like, you know, extending it in like the afterworld and stuff like that. Warrior Spirit hat. We'll take that. There's our first alcohol. So Venomcraft is what we got here first. Deals magic damage, inflicts Venomcraft. When a target dies, while inflicted with Venomcraft, you recover at 4 HP. So this guy, like, you know, is like a caster who, like, you know, heals up when he kills stuff. Okay, we're still healed up from that. Good. I missed. I don't believe this guy's as strong as the other guys from melee-wise, so I have to be somewhat careful of that. He also appears to be somewhat slower. There we go, heal up a little bit. I guess we'll heal up before I leave here. I don't heal up a lot either, apparently. That's good now. There's a bandit. There we go, heal up a little bit more. I think we're good going that way, so let's go up this way. Cool, we leveled up, so I get the more powerful. So you got Venomcraft right here. This basically deals Venomcraft. When a target dies while afflicted, you basically receive HP. We got Foxblood. When you land a hit with a combat attack, 50% chance to inflict Venomcraft. When a target dies while afflicted with Venomcraft, we recover HP, so essentially, like, you know, I guess you have to kill him within 2 turns in order for it to work, so that's something to keep in mind. Lingering Sickness. Reduces healing from liquor and passing a peak. Oh, I'm actually receive less HP from, like, you know, complete levels and stuff like that. I gotta keep that in mind. So I want to go for, like, a more caster approach. We probably, like, you know, take this maybe. What do I want to go for here, I wonder? I don't heal a lot from liquor, so this would probably be very good to get. Oh, I got these. Never mind. So they're completed. Magic accuracy, max defense, magic damage, and physical defense. So let's go for a very, like, you know, attack heavy build, I guess we'll say. That'll up my speed and my physical damage, but lower my magic damage. This is a caster, so I can't really afford to do that. I missed. I probably want to get some physical accuracy too. Deal magic damage on target and all enemies within 8 tiles of the target causing bleeding. It's not very short range maybe. But it's an attack skill, so I'll take it. For magic. There's the exit. Good to sell. The sun sets soon. I'm missing a box somewhere. All the way over there. I don't have time to get to it. Alright, Stun Like Dance. When your physical skills hit, Fission has to debuff a target, so it lowers speed. Trance. When dealing critical damage from magic spells, the remaining cooldown of all skills reduced by 20%. And Anguish Appetite permanently increases the maximum HP by 6. When taking damage, 20% chance to recover HP. I mean, if I go for an armor build, that'd be good, but I don't want to go with Trance, I don't think. Cooldowns are going to be really important because this guy seems to be like a magic caster only, so... The Mossville Swamp. The young man is known as Delmunchi, a notorious dark arts practitioner whose name strikes fear throughout Manchuria. Though he appears but 30 years of age, 32 if you must know. So he gets to interrupt the narrator, that's good now. Though 32 years of age, his mastery far surpasses all other practitioners of the dark arts. Having learned forbidden techniques from northern shamans and the art of spirit binding from Central Plains mediums, he has achieved mastery over 3,000 incantations and can handle 500 varieties of poison with his bare hands. The tome in his possession, the Dark Arts Secret Records, contains the deepest mysteries of the dark magics, marking him as truly the greatest sorcerer of his age. Now, this is strange. Upon entering this mountain, all my learned arts and techniques seem to fade from memory. Mount Mangui is unlike any land in the Memorial Realm. Even the strongest warriors grow dizzy and short of breath when entering this mountain thick with spirit energy. And those weak of heart quickly descend into madness. However, if a human survives here for days and adapts to the spirit energy, their original abilities return. Sometimes, they may even learn entirely new techniques. Cough cough. How fascinating indeed. Now I understand why this place has become a den of ghouls. Didn't heal from him because, you know, he died too fast. What you've seen from like Venomcraft is basically it's more like a finisher spell than anything else. There we go, level up. Here's the Hammer Revenant. Raise a corpse, summon a Hammer Revenant. Hammer Revenants throw hammers to stun enemies. This corpse spirit moves for 4 turns. Bloody Revenant. Raise a corpse and summon a Bloody Revenant. Bloody Revenants use charge attacks against enemies. This corpse spirit moves for 4 turns. And Plague Matriarch. Deal magic damage and inflict Pox Blood. When a target with Pox Blood is hit, Pox Blood inflicts 1 nearby enemy. Infliction does not spread to enemies already infected with Pox Blood. So all these summons actually I have to get right now, so... Let's go for you. Hello. So that's a charge. Might get grabbed there, but whatever. There we go. That's good for me to equip. Hello. I kill pretty fast, apparently, with this one. Okay, full HP. I don't really need magic defense in this run, I don't think, so we'll keep the physical defense. There's a way out. I missed. That's annoying. Level up again. Let's get magic accuracy up a little bit, as I said. No, I'm not an assassin. Sell. Sell. Here's Blood Harvest. You'll fizzle damage to all targets within 8 tiles. If any target is bleeding, you can recover HP by 2 from each bleeding target. I'll take that because it's basically a physical skill and like, you know, apparently we are a dual-wielding type of character here. I thought it might be restricted to magic skills, but we're not, so that's cool. It's just a summoner build is what this guy's all about, so whatever. Two enemies remain somewhere. See, this is where I really hate the fact that you basically have it so, like, you know, you don't see enemies until, like, you know, you're basically down to, like, the last one. Like, it's a good thing to basically be able to see them, but it needs to be, like, you know, more than one. Spell Rebound. When resisting targets master skills, gain a buff. Remedy Root permanently increases your maximum HP by 12 and reduces duration of all bleeding poison effects by 33%. There is a lot of poison and bleeding effects, I guess, here. Shellbreak. When your combat attack hits, 50% chance to debuff the target. So you get less armor. He's attacked that a bunch of times. I never had Shellbreak before, let's take it. Leaning against a tree, Damashi falls into an uneasy sleep. He dreams of events from not so long ago. A bleeding shaman lies fallen while he approaches with slow, deliberate steps. Hand over the sacred Myeongdew, no matter how precious they may be. Surely it's not worth your life. Vile creature, if you want it so badly, you'll have to pry it from my cold, dead hands. I've wandered for 3 full years searching for this ritual tool, and the paths were not easy. What further difficulty could there be of exposing a lowly shaman? Damushi's wicked grin is a sight to behold, truly bone-chilling. I worried I would grow old, wandering aimlessly, without ever finding what I need, but now it seems I can finally rest easy. The old shaman let out a small laugh. She speaks with cunning. Oh my, a man on the brink of death speaks of things beyond his fate. Hearing this, Damushi adjusts his spectacles, clearly disturbed, but tries not to show it. Even if it be a jest, the words sound chilling when uttered by a shaman. Foolish boy. Your lungs are turning to stone as we speak, and your blood runs cold. Tell me, you haven't noticed even in the slightest? Damushi's face flushes with sudden alarm at these words. You dare spew such venomous words without fear. Even I, blind as I am, can feel it. Silence, wench. Your life will be cut short. Before she can finish speaking, his darkened hands tighten around the old shaman's frail throat. Damushi jolts awake from the nightmare with a shout, his entire body drenched in sweat. Cough, cough. He lies there for a long while, clutching his tightened chest. So yes, we're an evil character in this one, for sure. Coward's Eye Gouge. Deal physical damage and debuffs to target. While targets are weakened against magic, they will always take critical damage from magic attacks. Why not? So now I got a nice dual-wielding build. This seems to be the, you know, long path here, so hello. I'm taking beating here. Ow. You can go killing stuff, I guess. Wow, I only received 4 HP at 42 HP here. That's annoying. My corpse went away. Whoops, that killed a little bit too fast. There's the merchant. Glad I checked over here. Hello. Cool, I healed up a little bit. Alright, what have we got here? Stuff I can buy. They both saw me, apparently. Yeah, I'm able to summon these like running so fast because I basically my charges are recooling down real fast. Physical defense goes down, HP goes down, physical accuracy and defense go up. I guess it is worth equipping, so I'll take it. Snake Venom Craft. Enhances Venom Craft, increases magic damage, extends the range. Centipede Venom Craft. Enhances Venom Craft, deals magic damage, and inflicts Venom Craft on targets and all enemies in 4 tiles. That doesn't sound that great, to be honest. That sounds like a very weak adjustment. Puppet Master. Enhances Hammer Remnant and Blade Remnant, reduces their cooldowns from 58 to 44. And Great Blood Ritual, this basically just makes it so like the, thing affects 2 enemies as opposed to 1. Do I want to be a summoner or do I want to be a caster? I think we'll go for a summoner this time around. Oh, you charged me. Let's get some alcohol for me. No, we're gonna say no to that. Killing Spree. Herb Pouch. HP goes up. Magic defense goes up. Again, I don't really need to have magic defense, and then, HP is great, but I heal up anyways. Speed is speed, though. I'll take speed. Armor goes up, but it costs speed and defense. I don't think I'll take that. Nope. Just a merchant now, I guess, so let's just keep going. Scruff Seas. When your common attack misses, debuff a target. Spell Glutton. When taking 3 more damage from magic skills, chance to recover HP. Or Organ Thief. When dealing critical damage to a target, first chance to recover HP. I think we'll take Scruff Seas, just make it a little easier to hit stuff. After crossing dozens of ponds, an enormous mansion appears before Dumosi's eyes. Despite its dignified exterior, from the mansion the unpleasant sound of croaking frogs fills the airs. A signpost on the main road gate reads, "Ha! Live long as the mountains, and wealth will flow in like the ocean." Just what I needed to hear right now. Missed. Hit. Interesting, that guy went through the other door there that wasn't open yet. Heal up a little bit. Yes, please. To Tubby, Thick-Skinned Elder. Who dares intrude here on my property? Since when has this become your front yard? My deepest apologies for the intrusion. Would this not be the residence of the most venerable Thick-Skinned Elder, Lord Peeper Tubby? At these words, the Peeper's eyes brightened noticeably. You! What did you just say? Me, a lord? How delightful! Indeed, you are the lord and master of all Peepers. I see that this sacred marsh thrives in splendor, just like the golden era of legendary Emperor Yaowen Shun. Who else but you, overseer of all who dwell here, keeper of the peace, and master of these wetlands, deserves to be called lord? Ha ha ha, young man, you certainly know how to flatter. I am indeed the lord of these parts, and you may call me Master Tubby. Though I hesitate to boast of my own achievements. For 520 years, I have ruled over 65 ponds and commanded 12,640 frogs, and peepers alike. If this does not make me a grand ruler, then what does? My lord, I offer my belated greetings. May all your endeavors prosper for many years to come. Ho ho ho. For a puny human, you possess quite the silver tongue. I'm in a good mood, so I shall grant you one wish. Is there anything you might desire? I could create a pond of 350 paces overnight, or build you an embankment 600 feet high. Your generosity overwhelms me, my lord. Though it may be presumptuous, might I receive one item from your possession? Speak freely. Do not desire ingots of silver, or perhaps rings crafted from pure gold. Might I take a few of your peeper eggs that cling to the streams below? You what? Are you asking for my offspring? Yes, my lord. I require the eggs of a peeper for ink materials. And surely because they are your children, and the greatest of all peepers, one would expect them to make the finest of ingredients. The peeper demon shouts, spittle flying from his mouth. You insolent wretch! Cursed bastard! Your honeyed words were nothing but mockery. Do not expect to leave here alive. Anger is bad for your health, my lord. You should live out your full years in peace. Alright, so there he is right there. He saw me. There he is. Take that. He did a nice little grab on me. And of course I miss like crazy because that's what I do. Oh, he can do crickles. That's good to know. And that guy grabbed me as well, so ouch. And I died. Well, that's unfortunate I found him so quickly. So continue the story, so what do I want to keep here? I keep the skill, the staff, or the skill. Blood Harvest is kind of useless to me. Plague Matron, I mean, it's very long cooldown. We'll take the skill though, I guess. Well, that's unfortunately like, you know, quick death for me, but you know, I just found him way too fast as a thing. I'll have to try again, but for now, there's like an introduction to like the summoner. We'll see how it goes next time. Take care.